start with having Ben back, and then Gabe had his late breakout last year. Does that make it a little easier for Xavier, Chase, and some of the younger guys to ease in this season?
Yeah, I think so, and I think you could see a lot more 12 personnel going into the season with Gabe and Ben on the field together, because those two guys can really block and run and catch the football for us. So having those two guys on the field, making the receivers, making it easier on them for them to adjust to what's going on is definitely going to be huge.
You guys didn't play a ton of 12 personnel last year. What does that do for tempo in the offense?
Yeah, it obviously changes it up a little bit, gets the defense on their feet. What are they going to do differently? And I think it's good for us because those guys aren't just slow. They're fast. They're able to move around. They're able to run routes, just like a receiver can, and honestly block as well. So you never know what the defense is going to give us, and defense is never going to know what we're going to give them because we're in 12 personnel. So it's going to be cool to see if we do those kind of things week 0 and leading on into the early part of the season.
Coach Campbell talked about your curiosity. You're always asking questions. What was it? Curiosity, no complacency?
Yeah, curiosity kills complacency.
Yeah. Where did you first learn that? And can you give me some examples of questions you would ask, things you're trying to learn even now?
I think every single day I'm learning. I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect. I'm continuing to just learn every day, and that could be leadership, the football, off the field situations. About the team. I mean, there's really a lot of things that go into it. And so I think having those questions available for the people around us, because their doors are always open. It's a player-led team. They're here for us, these coaches, and I think they do a good job of listening to us and understanding what our opinions are and giving us the right answers.
Do you see, we're a long way away from you being a kind of unknown redshirt freshman. You see rankings like Rocco is number 2, number 3 in the Big Ten. Do you see any of that? And is there any sort of expectation for yourself that you want to live up to?
Yeah, I think I want to be the best. I want to be the best in the conference. And honestly, I don't really see all those rankings. A lot of people send the rankings to me, which I don't like because I don't like looking at that stuff. But it's cool to see my name up there. But honestly, like I said, I'm trying to be the best I can be for this team, and just win games. That's my ultimate goal: is winning games and getting a Big 12 championship here.
Coach said that you had a lot of curiosity, and I think what's the Campbellism there about curiosity? You remember?
Yeah, I think it's just
curious complacency.
Yeah, it's always being curious, always having questions, always wanting to learn, always wanting to get better. And I think I've done a good job of that. And honestly, this whole team has done a good job of that. We have I would say, not a young team, but a lot of maturity coming back, and a lot of guys who kind of just came into the program who can really play for us this year. And I think they've done a good job of understanding that it's open door policy for these coaches. So you can go in and ask any questions you want. And I think our coaches have done a good job of, relaying that information over and preparing us for this season.
Yeah, and I was just talking to Xavier Townsend, and what's the nature of your relationship with him? How far do you guys go back?
Yeah, so we played Pop Warner against each other, never on the same team back when we were elementary, middle school. His team would always beat me. He had a bunch of great players on his team. And then going into high school, we played each other in 7-on-7. We played each other, with our high school teams. Almost got him in one high school game. Unfortunately, did not. But I always beat him at 7-on-7. Our team was a little bit better than his. But our relationship goes back a far ways. And honestly, it's grew since he's got here. I've been trying to get him here for the past 2 years, and he's finally committed to it. So I'm excited that he's here because, once he first got here, that connection just started to build right away, and I'm excited for what the season holds.
Any nerves about how the offense will click? You got 2 guys in the NFL now that you're throwing to last season, and they're gone. How do you feel about replacing them and kind of keeping this thing moving forward?
I feel great. Honestly, a lot of people don't notice this, but we have a lot more depth than we did last year in the receiver room, a lot more maturity, a lot more experience. And that's what, we need this season, is because there's not going to be one guy that we're planning for, preparing for, to throw the ball to. We have so much talent at each position out there at X, Z, and F that it's honestly going to help me in my preparation and, progressing through the reads and finding somebody to throw to. I won't just be picking somebody out to throw to, which is going to be awesome for me this season. But like I said, there's so much depth in that room right now that the competition right now is insane.
Expectations after an 11-win season, are they just as high as ever, or how do you kind of mentally go into this year off the heels of a record season?
Just as high and even better. I think growing and sustaining success is what's big for us this year. Last year, our motto was kind of sustaining it. We want to keep growing it. And I think we can do that this year with the team we have.
What are you looking forward to most about Ireland?
Man, Honestly, the atmosphere. I've heard it's pretty rowdy over there with the Irish people and the Flames and everything that really just goes on over there for the game, and I'm excited about that part.
Great.
Irish
Thanks.
blood in your DNA by chance?
Maybe a little bit on my mom's side. Yeah, maybe a little bit, I think. So.
What strides did the run game take last year?
Thanks, Ryan.
A big one. I think Carson Hansen was a big part of that. For him to have a breakout year that he had was huge for his confidence and huge for his mentality to honestly come back this year and have a better season. And it starts with the line, obviously, up front. And they did a tremendous job last year, and obviously losing 2 guys that have been here for a while. Really, Jalen Travis just on 1 year, but Jared Huffer was a big part of that lineman group. But I'm truly confident in the group that we have now and the people that we have in that room with the depth along with it to make that running game even better this year.
Is there anything different feel-wise for you being a third-year starter?
No, honestly, I go into every single day the same. I always joke around, a lot of us joke around every single day, like, we don't feel like we're the older guys. Like, we always feel like we're still like the guys who just got here. It's gone by so fast. And honestly, I still continue to go into each day acting like I'm the starter. Even though I am, you never know when your spot can get taken or whatever. So I always have that mentality of going into each day as my best self and as my best, person on the field to just act like I'm the starter. And honestly, that just keeps me in the same consistent confidence.